Tony raising hope for a great healer. It's a long time since I've said those immortal words.
Is it Tony for a great healer, or is it Lesley and Tony?
Well, I'm raising hope for my great healer anyway.
All right, okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Are you okay with it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's hope healer, isn't it? It's all about hope. The hope that we needed right from the get-go, but that has now translated into the hope that we're hoping to give and share with others that are going through the similar path. There's nothing worse than starting out on a journey and not knowing which way to turn. But when you've walked a few steps, you can turn around and help somebody along. There's something really, magical in that. It's inspirational both ways. But we've not shared an update
it's been
a good
a while.
But that doesn't mean to say there's nothing been going on. There's
been quite a lot. There's been quite a lot going on. More ways than one.
So what about this Zenergy that you've started using?
Well, you can tell everybody all about it as well, because now you've had to experience it as well. So I've been going for don't know how long I've been going for, about 4 weeks, something like that. I can't remember really. I've found it beneficial, I think physically, but more mentally and emotionally as well, because it's actually time out for me, literally, to get thinking time or healing time, whatever you want to call it really. And I normally go up for a few hours, but we decided to go up and then use the spa facilities that they've got downstairs. So that part of the protocol that they advise is you detox after you've been in EE therapy. So you would normally bathe in something like sodium bicarbonate, Celtic sea salt, something nice and clean. But if you go into a sauna or a steam room afterwards, you're also detoxing as part of the process. So that's quite interesting. So we went and we had a spa treatment, and we just had an chilled out afternoon, didn't we, really?
I think that's
we
the
both
best way.
both need as well, because bearing in mind that carers need that time out too. They need to self-care. That's really important. That's why Tony's super keen on, continuing support, connecting carers, which incidentally is on again tonight at 7:00. Be there or be square. So yeah. So what did you think about EE therapy? Because I know you're going for a different reason. But yeah.
I mean, I thought it was fascinating. It's a beautiful venue, that's for sure. It's really well thought out. I likened it to something like one of the high quality gyms, like a David Lloyd type of a gym. It's got that kind of a feel about it.
Yeah.
The people were fabulous.
They're lovely.
The facilities
They're lovely
were ace.
staff.
But the experience overall for me, the best way that I could describe it is like sitting back on a beach for a couple of hours and just switching off, just zoning out,
just listening to relaxing music in the background.
And I suppose it's probably one of the most switched off moments that I've had in the last sort of 10 months or so since we started on this path. Don't feel anything specifically. You don't get this rush, or there's no sensation specifically, but just loosening the body and feeling untied, unwound. I think that's the best way that I would explain it. It's a couple of hours to unwind. And then you don't know what the benefits are, what else it's doing at the cellular level.
And the idea is to recharge the batteries, which, as you're aware, mitochondria in the cell, that's the foundation of your cancer diagnosis, is that basically, contrary to popular belief, is that the mitochondria is the powerhouse. And we've been led up the garden path in the thought pattern of thinking this is based on genetics, that we're just unlucky, you know, we've got bad genes, etc. And it's nothing like that at all. It's to do with the mitochondria, like going rogue, stressed out, and the cancer is just a warning sign to say that, you know what, you've not been looking after yourself. You really need to learn how to, you know, deal with self-care on a day-to-day basis. Something that I know now on reflection, looking back, I've always been the carer, the nurse, looking after everybody, and I literally put myself on the back burner. And so EE therapy for me is me now finally coming to the conclusion that I need to self-care. I need to look after myself. Yeah. I've needed to create boundaries in my life for the first time ever. It's taken me until I get into my 50s to realise that, oh, what are boundaries? What do they mean? And how beneficial they are. And it's kind of helping me, you know, deal with a lot of emotional stuff that I've kind of, like I say, put on the back burner for too long, for too many years. So I think EE therapy is helping me with that. So definitely it's a mind, body and soul healing approach for me to go to this place in Cleckheaton, and it's definitely going to be a lifeline, and I think it has been so far. Definitely.
And I think going off what you said about being the carer that put you into those stressful moments. Yeah. People think that they're looking for a cure for cancer. Well, there isn't one. No. There's no cure. It doesn't exist. So why not work on prevention? And if you're in a caring role, this applies to you acutely, that you need that support.
Absolutely.
There's no other ways around it. You need support. You need to reach out to people who have walked the path, who can help. Just take those first steps. And then if you can give something back as well, that is so powerful and so energizing as a community. And that's where hope comes from, when you're surrounded by people that can share and give hope to take the next step. But more importantly, for yourself to prevent, because there's nothing worse than caring for somebody and being ill yourself. Yeah. You don't want to get to that stage. So, you know, I've sort of suffered a few times because my stress levels have been high, and, you know, going through bouts of depression and just feeling like super low because you don't know what's coming next, and then feeling ill like a cold or a flu type of a symptom, and you just feel dreadful. You're just riddled with guilt because I can't come anywhere near, and I can't support, and I can't do this and I can't do that. Yeah. It has an impact on everybody. So taking time out is really important, and to think it's not just about the here and now. This is about looking after yourselves to prevent anything happening in the future. So I always think, you know, you're one step ahead of looking after yourself, caring for yourself, you know, supporting yourself, making sure you're eating and drinking well, and resting, and just taking that time out as a carer. It's really important. I recognise it because I've been on both sides of the, you know, the table, and, you know, being that carer, but also continuing to look after myself. This is a challenge that I've got personally as a cancer patient. But yeah, it's definitely something that you need to keep in the forefront of your mind continually, and don't neglect yourself. That's what I would say anyway. Yeah, absolutely. Second that. Yeah. So big thank you. Yeah, and obviously, we want to continue to thank everybody that supported us. I always get emotional. I always get emotional when because it means so much. Yeah, and it cannot go without saying. You know, I haven't got here today without you guys looking after me, and it means the world to me. Yeah, and I love you to bits. Both of us, we love you. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you.